I'm at the Fork River All Saints Anglican Cemetery, and I am here to clean the headstone of my great uncle and his first wife, and that is Emmett Malcolm McLean and Berna Elizabeth. And got my product here, and I'm going to try and do my best to get this cleaned up because we're having an interment here, right here, of my dad's cousin tomorrow. So the first thing I like to do is wet down the headstone. It just makes it for easier work. And I don't have all my tools here, but I'm going to try and clean this up the best I can. Looks like the grave needs to be, the headstone needs to be reseated a little bit, but I'll see what I can do. It's just water. Nothing's going to come from this other than it just getting wet. And we got rainy conditions here. And so I'm going to give it a quick scrape and go from there. So I just wet everything down. Now I'm just going to scrape off the excess biological growth. And this is just a normal little plastic clip paint scraper. You can get it at any hardware store. They're usually $1 or $2. And it's a marble headstone, so I don't want to go too hard, because I just want to get rid of the growth that I can get off easily here, and I don't want to scratch the headstone. And I'm going to do the sides. And all I've done so far is just wet down the headstone so that it's I'm able to get in here and do some cleaning with the D2 biological solution. Again, this is my great uncle. He's buried in Fork River, Manitoba, and just about everybody else in the family is buried in Dauphin, but he's buried here with his original wife. And I got other family members in the other side of the cemetery here, and so I got the permissions of who I need to get because it's family. Okay, that's most of the gunk. I've got toothpicks that I'm going to do to get in there to get the rest. Okay, these are little cocktail skewers. I buy them at the dollar store. They're $1, and they're just little wooden cocktail skewers. And I find they work really good. Other people use toothpicks or meat skewers or popsicle sticks. It's really up to you. Just you don't want to have anything metal on marble because it can scratch. And I find this is really good for getting out all that deep gunk that's in the system, like the mosses and the lichens. And you don't have to use too much. If you have to do lots of scrubbing, I would probably do it after the D2 biological solution treatment. And so all I'm doing here is getting out this stuff here. And if you buy a big bag of those cocktail skewers, so like 50 of them for like $1, and it's nice and simple. Okay, gonna give it this headstone a bit of a rinse right now. Next is my first scrub. So I just use I got like 20 different styles of brushes, and you'll find the ones for you. Never use metal. This is a soft plastic brush. This one's a little harder bristles, so that's what I'm going to use. Gonna give it another little rinse here. So I'm going to do another little cleaning here with the cocktail skewers. Okay, gonna get into the D2 now. Now, D2 biological solution will start working immediately, and because this is a marble headstone, you'll likely see the D2 bloom coming out. It's kind of like a orangey red, and you'll see it, and then we sometimes call this the oh heck moment or oh shit moment. People first time using D2, they don't realize what they're doing, and they think they've destroyed a headstone, and all it is the D2 reacting with all that biological growth. And you really see it on a marble headstone. Right away you can see how it's blooming here. We call that the D2 bloom, and really give it a good healthy dose. And again, this is a marble headstone, so you might need a couple treatments on it. And I'm just going to do the sides now. Okay, so I'm going to let this set for a few minutes, and you can really see the D2 bloom coming out here. But I'm going to walk away for about 3 to 5 minutes and just let it kind of soak in, and then we're going to do our first post D2 scrub. So it's been a few minutes, and I'm going to start the first scrub. Just going to give it a quick another rinse real quick, just so it's wet. And it's kind of a windy day, so it did dry out a little bit, but I'm going to use the first scrubbing now. And again, all I'm doing is just normal household cleaner brush, plastic. And that first coat of D2 will help loosen up the remainder of that, the dirt and moss and lichen and whatnot. I'm going to have to do a couple treatments here already, I can tell that. Okay, another quick rinse with water. And you can see how the D2 is already attacking that biological growth. All that orange is the D2 getting at the biological growth in the stone. So if you don't have D2, literally a brush and water is enough for you to clean a headstone. Don't use any household cleaning products at all, period. Bleach will literally destroy a marble headstone, eat it away to the point where it's not even recognizable. So Anybody that's doing this is following the cemetery guidelines for United Standards. You can check the Cemetery Conservations for United Standards online. They'll give you all sorts of policies and procedures. So I'm just going to keep rinsing. So the next brush is my thin brush. I love these ones because they're good for getting into the small areas and those crevices. And so if you start doing this, you're going to find you're going to quickly end up buying a lot of brushes really quickly, but they're cheap. And when they're worn out, throw them out. Get new ones. They're like $2-3 bucks. Traffic you hear in the background is just the local area farmers coming and going. We're down a farm road here, but you know, just because we're in a cemetery doesn't mean the farmers are any less farming. So and you can see that by using this brush, you're getting into different areas a little better. And so I'm just going to keep on brushing here and taking out maybe another skewer stick. Okay, it's been more than 10 minutes. I did some more cleaning with the dental picks, not the dental picks, sorry, the cocktail skewers. And marble, actually, I do use dental picks on, but I don't have my dental picks with me today. So I'm just going to give it another rinse, get it off the crap, and then we're going to do another scrubbing. And you can still see that the D2 is coming through, which is good. It's what you want. Not everybody's going to have to be able to have the time to clean a family headstone or spend 4 hours with the stone, but I've worked on some marble headstones for 4 hours. I don't think I have that opportunity today, otherwise my family's going to be calling me and screaming at me to go to the family reunion. Right. We're going to use D2 again. And I got myself a little chair here because I'm old and fat, got bad knees. Now I mix my D2 50-50. Some people want to use 100% concentrate, that's up to you. But I find it's a good mix for me because then I'm able to make it last longer. And being in Canada, I can only get it in 4 spots. But if you want D2, you're in the States, you can get it through Atlas Preservation. Well, kind of support Atlas. Atlas is the cemeterian. Okay, I'm going to do a bit of a scrub. Changed up my brush. And on this scrub I'm using a little harsher now so it suds up. So one of the things I want to show you here is all that black mold organic growth. It's right into the stone here. I've actually scraped all that off right to the finish, and I'm just going to try and scrub as much D2 into this as possible so it's it'll keep eating away at that, not eating away but reacting to the D2. And on this top you can see all that staining as well. So it's really only the front of the headstone that's actually in good shape. And but that's the most important part. And so I'm going to just keep on scrubbing. So I'm going to do another rinse here. And you can see how the D2 is still reacting with the stone, getting all that organic growth out. That orangey liquid is what you see, that's the bloom, the D2 bloom we call it. And that just means it's still reacting with the stone. So I like to rinse it off as I'm going, and I want to see a final rinse clean once I'm done. Everybody's different doing this though, so but key thing is make sure you're using the right products. Take your time, don't rush, it's not a race. You can't undo your mistakes, so you want to make sure that you're not doing any harm. Watch lots of these videos, join the Facebook groups, and have fun, be safe. But I'm going to keep on rinsing all around here, and probably ain't going to end up doing a couple more D2 applications yet, because I want to get more in here and on top, and the top is really filthy as I showed you earlier. You can see just how it's just pouring off the stone, and all I'm using here is water. And so sometimes, like, if you can stick around for a bit just to let the D2 set in and then give it a couple of rinses, you'll see how it reacts better. Okay, so back to this brush. It seems to be working better than the other one I had. And just keep working that D2 in. And on the top here, you don't see it right now, but it's really sudsing up still, which is a good thing, because that means it's still reacting with the biological growth that's embedded in this marble headstone. Now, all stone is porous, even granite, but marble's incredibly porous. So when it gets in there, it really gets in there. So when you're doing these restoration jobs, just realize a marble stone can take you literally hours and hours and hours if you are doing it. So you want to make sure you bring enough water and supplies, and I thought I brought enough water today, but I think I'm going to end up running out of water. But that's okay. I've given it so many treatments here that it'll keep working for a year. And with marble, you want to get it clean, but you don't want to press down too hard into this, especially with those little baby headstones. You know, the ones that have the little lambs. Those little ears are so delicate. So you want to make sure you have a different styles of brushes in order to do your job correctly. This is a job for patient people. If you're not a patient person, do not do this work. It's the reward at the end is just walking away from a clean headstone. And so if you want to de-stress, this is a great, great, great hobby to have. And if you want to stay active and busy and blah, 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 and do this, that, and everything, and get all mad because it's not happening right away, stay away from this hobby. Okay, we're going to give it another rinse now. never ends. I'm glad I came out here for my Uncle Emmett, because this is crazy. I don't think I've ever seen this many blooms on a marble headstone. You can see it's still reacting on the top, on the sides, on the back, and that's all D2. So I got a few more rinses to do here yet. I'm just gonna try and get into that lettering again. Well, the wind is picking up and it's drying faster than I can scrub out the rest of the stuff here, but I am going to do my final rinses here because I'm rapidly running out of water. I used about 5 liters, 2 gallons or whatever, at least, and so I'm just going to do the final rinses, and you're probably going to still see that bloom come out. And it is absolutely just pouring off the headstone still. So family's going to be here tomorrow for interment for my dad's cousin. Hopefully nobody panics, but I'll be explaining my thought process here when I do have everybody out here. But it does look a lot cleaner, hell of a lot cleaner. And again, marble headstone. This is my Uncle Emmett and his first wife Verna in Fork River, Manitoba, in the Anglican Cemetery. There's 3 cemeteries right next to one another here. And I'm going to go check on some other family members. But you can buy D2 Biological Solution from Atlas Preservation. I'll put a link in the description for everybody so they can see. And so you should support Atlas because he does a lot of great work and does a lot of volunteer work, and the least we can do is support him. So that's it, folks. I'm going to keep on cleaning. I'll take some after shots so everybody can see. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you liked the video, like, subscribe to the channel, and we'll see you on the next one. Been here 2 hours cleaning up my Uncle Emmett's, great Uncle Emmett's, and his first wife's headstone. And my dad's cousin's being interred there tomorrow. So beautiful little cemetery, and there's not too many people living in the Fork River district anymore. There are some farmers around here, still people living. A couple overturned headstones. We're gonna get Monumental Mason friend out of Winnipeg to get right sided up. There's one here, and there's a another one here. So we're gonna do that one, and then my great uncle's headstone is kind of tilting a little bit. We'll get them to realign that. I didn't bring enough tools with me today, so that is that, and join us on the next video.